I want to start our conversation by talking about a subject that might feel a bit uncomfortable at first, but I promise we're going to explore it together in a caring and respectful way. As we grow older, we accumulate so much wisdom, yet there are still topics that many of us find challenging or even taboo. Today, I'm sharing 7 tough pieces of advice that have been gathered from years of experience and research. And one of these is a piece of advice that might raise a few eyebrows: why elders should not masturbate. Now, I understand that this might seem like a bold statement, and if you've ever heard the idea that self-pleasure is perfectly natural and even beneficial, you might be wondering what's behind this advice. That's why I'm here, to break down these thoughts in a warm, conversational tone, and to offer some perspectives that might be different from what you've heard before. Before we dive in, I'd like to remind you that this video is meant to spark thought and conversation. If you find the topic interesting, or if you appreciate the honesty we're bringing to the table, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us reach more people with these honest, sometimes tough, yet caring messages. Let's begin by talking about why this topic deserves our attention. Over the years, we often hear different opinions on many personal matters, and self-care practices are no exception. Masturbation has long been seen by many as a harmless and even healthy way to release tension or explore one's own body. However, there are perspectives out there, particularly for those of us in our later years, that suggest that continuing this habit might not always be the best idea. It might sound surprising, but like any habit, when we look at it closely, there are aspects that might not serve our overall well-being as well as we'd like. I want to start by addressing some of the common myths that surround this subject. One popular myth is that masturbation is entirely benign and without any drawbacks, especially when we're talking about a natural release of stress. The truth is that, for younger people, this might often be the case, but as our bodies change with age, the effects of certain habits can shift. There's an emerging thought that, for seniors, the energy and focus we invest in certain behaviors might be better channeled into activities that boost overall vitality and connection with others. This isn't about shaming anyone. It's about rethinking our priorities based on the changing needs of our aging bodies. Now, you might be thinking about your own habits and wondering if this advice applies to you. I encourage you to view it as an invitation to explore a broader perspective on self-care. As we age, our bodies and minds evolve, and what was once beneficial might not be as helpful in later years. We might find that redirecting our energy into social connections, hobbies, or even new forms of physical activity could yield more fulfilling rewards. It's about discovering what truly nourishes us at this stage of life. It's also important to consider that, as seniors, we often face changes in our hormone levels and overall energy balance. Some experts suggest that excessive focus on self-pleasure can potentially lead to issues like disrupted sleep patterns, changes in mood, or even a diversion of energy that could be better used to engage in more socially and physically enriching activities. I want to be clear that I'm not saying this is the case for everyone. Just as every person's journey is unique, so are the effects of our habits. However, it's a conversation worth having because it invites us to question whether all habits are truly serving our best interests in the long run. Think about it like this. Throughout our lives, we are given advice that sometimes feels harsh or counterintuitive, only to find that it holds a deeper truth as we grow older. This advice is one of those moments where a bit of tough love might help us see things in a new light. The goal here is to encourage you to reflect on whether some of your routines, even those that seem natural, might be keeping you from experiencing a richer, more connected life. For example, consider the time and energy that can go into a habit like masturbation. What if instead That energy could be redirected toward more engaging activities, like spending quality time with friends and family, exploring new hobbies, or even engaging in community service. These are pursuits that not only contribute to our physical health, but also enhance our mental and emotional well-being. I'm suggesting that, for some of us, the practice might be a holdover from earlier years, a habit that once served a purpose but now might be worth reconsidering. Another angle to consider is how our cultural and social expectations evolve as we age. We live in a world where the messages we receive about sex and self-pleasure are often aimed at a younger audience, leaving little room for honest discussion about how these behaviors intersect with the realities of aging. It can be liberating to rethink these norms and to allow ourselves to explore new boundaries that better align with our current stage of life. This kind of reflection is not about judgment, but about seeking what truly benefits us in our golden years. I also want to touch on the idea of legacy and the value of our time. Every moment is precious, and the habits we choose to nurture should ideally add to our quality of life. When we reassess our behaviors, it's not about depriving ourselves of pleasure, but rather about making choices that enrich our lives in broader ways. It's a shift from a mindset of instant gratification to one of mindful engagement with life. And while this might be a challenging conversation, I believe that acknowledging these tough pieces of advice can be a powerful step toward a more fulfilled and connected life. Throughout this conversation, my hope is that you feel both respected and encouraged to reflect on these ideas. If any part of this message resonates with you, or if you have thoughts about your own habits and experiences, I invite you to share your insights in the comments. Your voice matters. And together we can create a supportive community where honesty and growth go hand in hand. Before we continue with more of these tough but honest pieces of advice, remember that this conversation is meant to empower you. It's an invitation to consider how even the habits we think are harmless might need to be reassessed as our bodies and lives evolve. And if you appreciate these kinds of discussions, please do like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to keep bringing these thoughtful conversations to you and others who might benefit from them. The first point to keep in mind is the value of redirecting your energy into activities that foster connection and growth. As we mature, our lives become richer through the relationships we build and the interests we nurture. Instead of spending time on habits that may not contribute to our overall well-being, it might be worthwhile to invest that energy in hobbies, community involvement, or simply deepening your relationships with loved ones. Many seniors have discovered that creative pursuits or volunteer work can bring a sense of fulfillment and purpose that transcends momentary pleasures. Another idea is to look at the physical changes our bodies undergo with age. As time goes on, our hormone levels and overall physical condition change. This means that practices, which once might have seemed harmless, can now have unexpected effects on our health. Some elders have noticed that certain habits may lead to feelings of fatigue or disrupt their sleep patterns. By choosing to step back from these behaviors, you may find that you have more energy for daily activities and a greater ability to enjoy your favorite pastimes. It is about listening to your body and recognizing that what worked in our younger years might need to be adjusted as our needs evolve. There is also a psychological dimension to consider. Our minds become more reflective as we age, and many of us are drawn to seek deeper meaning in our daily routines. Some people find that continuing habits that were once a source of immediate pleasure may now contribute to a lingering sense of isolation or distraction from more rewarding pursuits. By channeling your focus toward activities that enrich your mental and emotional health, such as engaging in stimulating conversations or pursuing lifelong learning, you may experience a greater sense of balance and clarity in your day-to-day life. Building on that, the role of intimacy in our lives changes as we grow older. For those who have a partner or close friends, prioritizing shared moments of closeness can be far more beneficial than habits that might isolate you from the people you care about. Intimacy in later years is about connection and support, and redirecting energy toward nurturing these relationships can lead to a more satisfying social life. This shift in focus may also help reduce any feelings of guilt or confusion that sometimes accompany solitary activities, allowing you to enjoy deeper, more meaningful interactions with those around you. Another important point is to explore alternative ways to find satisfaction and relaxation. Mindful practices, such as meditation or gentle exercise like yoga, can offer profound benefits for both body and mind. These methods provide a peaceful space for reflection and stress relief, helping you achieve a sense of calm that might otherwise be sought through less fulfilling means. Embracing new practices can also open up opportunities to meet others who share your interests and values, further enhancing your social life and overall happiness. Equally significant is the idea of conserving your personal energy for endeavors that add lasting value to your life. Many elders have shared that as they age, they become more selective about how they spend their time. Redirecting focus away from behaviors that offer only transient satisfaction can free up energy to pursue long-term goals and passions. Whether it is spending more time with family, engaging in a hobby that challenges you, or even exploring new ways to contribute to your community, every moment saved can be transformed into a meaningful experience that enriches your legacy. The final point I want to mention in this section is about embracing change and honoring the wisdom that comes with age. Our lives are full of experiences that teach us how to prioritize what truly matters. It can be empowering to let go of habits that no longer serve you well and to embrace alternatives that nurture your mind, body, and spirit. This is not about deprivation, but about rediscovering the joy that comes from living a balanced and intentional life. As we move forward, it is important to remain open to evolving our practices based on what feels right for our current stage of life. Throughout this discussion, I have shared several ideas to consider. The goal is to gently encourage you to reflect on your habits and to consider whether they continue to support the vibrant, connected life you deserve. Sometimes, the most challenging advice is the one that leads to the greatest personal growth. I invite you to think about these points as you go about your day and to consider experimenting with new activities or ways of engaging with those around you. Your well-being is the most valuable asset you have, and taking the time to evaluate how you spend your energy is a step toward a more fulfilling future. By making choices that enhance your physical vitality, emotional balance, and social connections, you can continue to enjoy the many rewards that come with a rich and purposeful life. I hope these ideas resonate with you and inspire you to look at your habits from a fresh perspective. If you have any thoughts or experiences to share, please feel free to leave a comment. Your insights can be a source of encouragement for others on a similar journey. At this stage in life, we have accumulated many experiences and insights that guide us toward choices that truly enhance our well-being. It is not just about giving up certain habits. It is about choosing to invest your energy in ways that enrich your mind, body, and soul. In this final part, let us consider the importance of redefining personal priorities, embracing new sources of fulfillment, and nurturing relationships that truly matter. One of the key messages I want to leave you with is the value of focusing on self-care in a holistic sense. As we grow older, our understanding of what it means to care for ourselves deepens. It is no longer just about the fleeting moments of pleasure, but about building a life that is balanced, joyful, and full of purpose. Redirecting your energy from habits that no longer serve you can open up a world of possibilities. Think of it as a gentle reallocation of your time and strength to activities that leave you feeling more alive and connected. It might be the simple pleasure of engaging in a hobby you love, spending quality time with friends and family, or even diving into new interests that spark curiosity and joy. At this point in your journey, it is natural to reflect on the legacy you are building with each passing day. Your choices today are the foundation for the memories and relationships of tomorrow. Consider making decisions that contribute to your overall vitality. For example, if you find that certain habits have become a distraction or drain on your energy, try to replace them with practices that foster mental clarity and emotional stability. This could mean exploring mindfulness techniques, joining a local group that shares your interests, or even engaging in creative projects that allow you to express yourself. By doing so, you are not only nurturing your own spirit, but also setting a positive example for those who look up to you. It is also important to recognize that life is about continuous learning and adapting. Sometimes, the most challenging advice is the one that encourages us to re-examine our routines and question whether they align with our current values and goals. Embracing change is a courageous act. When you decide to step away from a habit that might have once seemed harmless, you are making space for new experiences that can bring you greater fulfillment. This process is not about self-denial. It is about self-respect. It is about honoring your body and mind by channeling your time into activities that truly matter and support your well-being. Let us also talk about the significance of connection in our later years. Loneliness and isolation can creep in when we allow certain behaviors to become a substitute for real interaction. In contrast, nurturing meaningful relationships can provide comfort, understanding, and a sense of belonging. Whether it is a shared laugh with a friend, a heartfelt conversation with a family member, or even the satisfaction of contributing to your community, these moments enrich your life in ways that cannot be measured by solitary activities. Consider the energy you free up by moving away from habits that may isolate you. That energy can be used to build bonds and share in the beauty of collective experiences. Another aspect to consider is the mental clarity that can come with refocusing your attention on long-term goals rather than short-term gratifications. As our minds mature, we often find that deeper satisfaction comes from purposeful activities. You might discover that setting new goals or picking up skills you always wanted to learn brings a sense of accomplishment and contentment. This renewed sense of purpose can be incredibly uplifting, reminding you that every day offers a fresh start. It is an opportunity to redefine what success and satisfaction look like in this stage of life. There is also the benefit of improved overall health and energy when you make choices that align with your best interests. As you invest your energy in nurturing your body through exercise, balanced nutrition, and engaging activities, you create a positive cycle that boosts both your physical and mental health. This is the time to celebrate the wisdom that comes with age, the wisdom to know that sometimes less is more, and that by letting go of habits that no longer serve you, you open the door to greater joy and vitality. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for your openness and willingness to consider these challenging yet caring pieces of advice. Life is full of tough choices, and it takes strength to re-examine long-held habits in search of better alternatives. I hope that our conversation has offered you a new perspective and inspired you to take a thoughtful look at your daily routines. Whether it is trying out a new hobby, reconnecting with an old friend, or simply taking time to reflect on what brings you genuine happiness, remember that every positive step matters. I also invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your voice is important, and by sharing your journey, you may help another person who is on a similar path. Community and connection are powerful tools that can uplift us all as we navigate the changes that come with each new day. As we close this conversation, I want to remind you once again to please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content designed to support and motivate you. Your encouragement helps us continue to bring these thoughtful discussions to a wider audience. And it means a great deal to know that our words are making a difference. In closing, I want you to carry this message with you. Every day is a new opportunity to choose what best serves your health, happiness, and future. Embrace the wisdom that comes with experience, and know that making thoughtful changes is a sign of strength and self-respect. Life after 60 is filled with potential, beauty, and countless chances to rediscover what truly matters. Take care of yourself, nurture your connections, and always remember that your well-being is the most important gift you have to offer. Thank you for spending this time with me and for being open to exploring new ways of thinking about self-care. I wish you all the best on your journey towards a more fulfilling, vibrant, and connected life. Stay strong, keep your spirit high, and remember that each positive choice is a step toward a brighter tomorrow.